Thank you for joining us for this edition of David's Question of the Week, presented by NM Fiber Network. As New Mexico's statewide middle mile backbone, we're committed to keeping you informed about the technologies, opportunities, and challenges shaping connectivity. Here's this week's question.
NM Fiber Network has been built out with the needs of data centers in mind. The amount of electronics that we're putting in place, our interconnects, our broadband has been constructed and is being put in place with the demand that data centers have in mind. And from a state provider standpoint, our job is much easier than the job that our brothers and sisters at the electric cooperatives and the electric companies have in regards to making sure that they can meet the demand for power from these data centers. So from a state network standpoint, we're ready to provide service. It's the power that's at heart. That's the question right now that has made it into the news and is now in the minds and, if you believe some stories, in the pocketbooks, of every American out there potentially. It's the requirement for water, clean water usage that these data centers have that's in the hearts and minds of folks across this great nation. And those are all good things to worry about. We're supposed to try to do better, by our community and for our kids and for our kids' kids. And I believe that that's where the sticking point is. Nothing of great import happens without some due sacrifice or some good amount of elbow grease, if you pardon the expression there. And so it's the same with data centers. Is it just for AI? Not necessarily. It's for other things as well, but AI is going to be the one that pushes the demand for data centers as far as it has, especially today. The need for data centers out in rural America has jumped exponentially because of AI. So that's the other, elephant in the room that everybody's aware of what's happening. The answer to those problems isn't simple. It's going to be community-specific, state-specific, depending on their topology, depending on their power grid, depending on their water usage. What we can say, what I can speak to there is that for data centers to cool, they need water. Why does it have to be clean water? Well, it has to be clean water, purified water, so that it doesn't clog up the cooling units, the cooling tubes that run throughout, the process to keep these processors cooled down for the data center, things like that. And they use a lot of water as a result. From a power standpoint, it's the same thing. They require that amount of power to make sure that all their processors, their compute is what they call it, is powered up and ready to do the job that data centers are required to do. Why is this a good thing? Like I said earlier, for our kids and our kids' kids. Well, we're not hanging our hat only on AI as being the answer to everything, but we've already seen a lot of the bigger advances that are coming this last 6 months even have been done with the help of AI. And every time I say AI, I mean the large language models. It's not true artificial intelligence like in the movies. It's a large language model, but for all intents and purposes, we all call it AI because everybody's used to calling it AI. But with the help of this AI, these LLMs, we've been able to, when I say we're talking scientists, we're talking researchers, have been able to push the envelope and find novel things, new things, made novel and different connections that have enabled them to make bigger leaps of faith. They're able to find their foundation and find paths, so to speak, to walk to get to answers that before might have taken years. If we truly sit back, cut through all the noise about the politics involved and the necessary power and the usage that a data center is going to bring, and we just manage to, in faith, look past that, we'll be able to see that this is a tool unlike any other tool that humanity has ever developed, and in my personal opinion, that God has allowed us to develop, that is poised to help us in a way that we have yet to understand. the impact of AI has yet to be felt, the full impact. We've just begun, and just in these few steps that we've taken in the direction of AI have proven very good for humanity in terms of medical breakthroughs, in terms of scientific breakthrough, not because the AI or the LLM is doing it itself, but because of how valuable a tool it is in the hands of our researchers and our scientists and our future, and our kids. Does it come with dangers? Obviously it does. The first nuclear bomb was made through the advent of nuclear energy, the discovery that was made. But that nuclear energy could be harnessed for the benefit of mankind as well, powering countless homes, countless endeavors and things that we've used since then to move humanity forward in a positive way. So at the heart of all these arguments shouldn't be, should we do it or not? The argument should be, are we prepared to be good shepherds of this great gift, that's come our way? And that's just my personal opinion.
Connection fuels opportunity. And at NM Fiber Network, we're building the backbone that makes that possible. Thanks for joining us for David's Question of the Week. Till next time, stay connected, stay curious, and for more information, go now to nmfibernetwork.com.